and welcome everyone for coming to this talk. And thank you Korea Blockchain Week 2020 team for inviting me to this event. I'm super excited to be here. 안녕하세요. 먼저 저를 이 행사에 초청해 주신 한국 블록체인 위크 2020 팀 감사합니다. 그리고 저의 셀러 소개톡에 오신 분들 반갑습니다. Celo means purpose in Esperanto. It is based on two core values with the beliefs that everyone has a unique purpose and everyone is connected. Celo is an open platform that makes financial tools accessible to anyone with a mobile phone in our ever so connected world. Celo's mission is to build a financial system that creates the conditions of prosperity for everyone. What do we mean by prosperity? We define prosperity in three ways. People's basic needs are fulfilled. Individuals are able to grow along their own path, and people are supporting each other. I was born and raised in South Korea before I moved abroad to study many years ago. So it is no surprise how I always felt grounded and connected back to my home country. A country well known for its high-tech advancement, high-speed internet connection, and using mobile phones for almost everything, for communication, entertainment, e-commerce, and making payments. In recent years, South Korea has become the place for blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, BTS. Just kidding, I know it's a famous K-pop band. I got this picture from the internet, selling a small 24K gold pig for 340,000 won. I believe it's about 300 US dollars. Growing up in a big family, we didn't have much. But I remember my parents had this stash of little gold pigs under their bed. While my parents had a bank account, for them, having survived the Korean Civil War, gold was more accessible, portable, and stable ways to save for their family, especially if there was war and we had to pack and evacuate fast. Every time one of us went to a college or got married, a precious gold got sold. Gold meant for caring for family. Gold meant for prosperity. And these are pictures from my son's first year birthday party called 돌잔치, which is a big Korean tradition. In old days, infant mortality was high, and many babies didn't survive to see their first year birthday, making the first year birthday an important milestone to celebrate. To this day, many Koreans celebrate 돌잔치 and practice the tradition of gifting gold rings to their family members, just like my family did to wish my son a prosperous future. Pictured in this slide is my son's gold rings he's received on his first year birthday, and Celo's logo side by side. Celo's logo signifies Celo stablecoin, Celo dollar, and Celo gold, which is now renamed just Celo, Celo's native asset. There had been wide adoption of cryptocurrencies and a booming crypto investment in South Korea, with their deep-rooted appreciation for the value of stable assets for prosperity. For the past 2 decades, I've worked on various technology fields from desktop to Web 2.0 to large-scale distributed system to cloud computing to the decentralized blockchain, all the while craving to make a meaningful impact on people and community. With a passion to promote and advocate for diversity and inclusion in the tech industry, I have been fortunate to mentor and develop the next generation of engineering leaders in my role as an engineering leader. After joining cLabs as the Berlin head of engineering, my family and I moved to Berlin to grow and lead local engineering team. Here, I get to work on my unique purpose of empowering engineering prosperity while supporting the team working towards achieving Celo's mission that's all about financial inclusion. We recognize that vision of a better and more prosperous world is ambitious, and we cannot do it alone. We are building a more open and accessible financial system together with users and communities. The cLabs team conducted over 150 plus user research interviews across 4 continents over the past 3 years. We've gone to Tanzania, Venezuela, Colombia, Argentina, Mexico, and Philippines, to name a few. We've seen tremendous growth in our community that's excited to build solutions on Celo platform. With more than 200 grant applicants, 250 plus Celo camp teams across over 50 countries. So far, the Celo Foundation has awarded over $1.8 million funding waves for grants. We partner with mission-aligned organizations to create a more prosperous world with us. For example, we recently partnered with the Grameen Foundation and several other organizations to provide immediate COVID-19 relief and long-term recovery support to 2,500 women entrepreneurs in Philippines. And I'll talk about this more later. Pictured here is a low-end Android phone where for $40, you can have access to the internet and connected to the world. This was made possible by open sourcing Android, and it was an interesting innovation since it recognized the gap that there are many people who cannot afford to buy the latest expensive iPhone. Why does this matter? Over 1.7 billion people worldwide don't have access to traditional financial services, but 2/3 out of the group has access to mobile phone. That's over 1 billion people globally who has access to the internet, but can't send $5 to a family member overseas. Building an open mobile-first platform was the North Star that guided the Celo platform development, since what this meant was that Celo could be a blockchain that could be accessed by even the lowest grade budget phone, like the one that's pictured here. Internet connectivity is spotty in emerging markets. In our Philippines pilot, we learned that users there were very data conscious, and it would take too long and took too much data to sync to the blockchain, even for making a simple payment on the go. How do you build something that can be used by even the lowest grade phones in areas of low connectivity? To address this challenge, cLabs team developed the features within the open source wallet, such as the ultra-light client that allows fast syncing with the chain, even on budget phones with a limited bandwidth availability. Additionally, we also developed data saver mode within the wallet for those data conscious users. This picture here is from a pilot that we ran in Argentina, where we tested how using Celo dollars would work in a day-to-day setting. One thing we noticed that it was too complicated to use the traditional blockchain model of using 2 different cryptocurrencies, Celo dollar to pay for the good, but Celo to pay for the network fees or the gas fees. This ended up too confusing for users. So the team went back and worked on the ability to simplify this user experience to enable gas fees to be paid in a single stable asset, significantly reducing the complexity for users. This photo also highlights that 2 end users making a payment transactions using their Celo wallet only based on their phone numbers. This was possible by lightweight identity protocol that maps hashes of phone numbers to public keys, making it easy for anyone with a mobile phone to send and receive Celo dollars. Based on the market and user research, we learned early on that we needed to build a mobile-first full-stack solution. This approach is unique for a crypto company in that we are designing the end-to-end experience by combining a usability-focused mobile wallet application with an open, programmable, and highly scalable blockchain platform to make it easy for anyone with a mobile phone to send and receive digital currencies to anyone in the world, only using their phone numbers, all at a reasonable infrastructure cost. Let's take a closer look at Celo network that powers the applications like Celo mobile wallet, Valora. Celo network is a decentralized, globally distributed system and is composed of 3 types of nodes. Starting at the center lie 100 validators that are elected at every epoch through stake using DHunt methods. Celo validators are incentivized to operate the network to be secure, resilient, and available. Next, a number of full nodes play the role of servicing light client and connecting them to validators. Next, full nodes on Celo are also incentivized and receive a portion of transaction fees for any transaction they forward to the validators from a light client. And finally, Celo's light clients sit at the edge of the network, connecting with the full nodes using the light client protocol that I talked about earlier. Pictured here is Pictured in this slide is a Celo's mobile payment application, Valora, the first application that was built on Celo platform. Valora has a similar user experience to the Venmo application. You can think of a global Venmo or M-Pesa in Kenya or GoPay in Indonesia. With Valora, money becomes instant and borderless, and you can send the value from your mobile application directly to anyone in your local or global community instantly. Sending directly means that there are no banks or intermediaries charging extra fees. As a result, you get to retain your money's full value. And cryptographic security and privacy features keep your money safe and in your control. I want to take a moment to recap technical innovations that power Celo. The ultra-light client that allows fast syncs with the chain, reducing the amount of data that a light client has to download by 17,000 times lighter than other blockchains. And the ability to pay transaction fees in Celo dollars and other ERC20 tokens, and not just the native token of the protocol, like how it is in Ethereum, simplifying user experience. With a lightweight identity mechanism that maps hashes of phone numbers to hexadecimal string public keys used for wallet addresses, Celo allows users to transact with one another via the most common identity scheme everyone is familiar with, their phone number address book. Valora was one example of real-world applications that can be built on Celo. You can build on applications for merchant payments, remittances, and P2P payments, micro-earning, wages, humanitarian aid, savings and loans, and much more. Celo's mission is supported by over 100 mission-aligned organizations globally. I'd like to put a spotlight on the COVID-19 emergency relief project that was initiated by Grameen Foundation, an organization that creates tools and resources to help people help themselves, with the mission to power the poor, especially women, to create a world without poverty and hunger. Many people, especially those who are in developing countries, were impacted by current COVID-19 crisis. With the COVID-19 emergency relief program, female micro-entrepreneurs in Philippines received their relief fund in Celo dollars and was able to buy groceries and other necessary goods with the Celo funds in their Valora wallet. This initiative was a close collaboration of several global partners across sectors and countries, including Celo Foundation and the cLabs team. I am particularly proud to share that Celo is carbon neutral. REN helps individuals and organizations calculate and offset their carbon emissions through a monthly subscription. Despite greatly reducing the energy consumption of the foundational blockchain layer, Celo still requires computing power. By partnering with the Project REN, a portion of the Epoch rewards goes directly to offset carbon emissions of running and operating Celo. Before I wrap up, I'd like to introduce you to Korean Celo community members who are working with us to build a more open and accessible financial system for everyone. At present, we have 4 Celo alliances in Korea who joined forces with us and other global organizations to foster social impact and bring financial inclusion for everyone. CoinPlug is a blockchain technology company that provides blockchain-based solutions and services to change everyday life. Clayton is a global public blockchain platform developed by GroundX, the blockchain affiliate of the leading South Korean internet company Kakao. Dove Wallet is a digital wallet company striving to make transferring, buying, and selling digital currencies easy. Metadium is a decentralized identity solution that gives ownership of users' data back to the user's control. Celo ambassadors like Soo-young share and connect Celo with the local communities to help them prosper. Soo-young often organizes Celo meetups with the local Korean blockchain community to help them learn more about Celo and get involved. DSRV has been a quite active Celo community member early on. After participating in the Great Celo Stakeoff for Baklava Testing Network, they now run a validator group on Celo's mainnet. Here is the intro video clip of DSRV team in their own words why they are excited to participate in Celo network.
Hi 셀로, 저는 DSL의 대표 김지윤입니다. 저희는 한국을 베이스로 하는 밸리데이터로서 다양한 경험과 기술로 글로벌 커뮤니티에 기여하고 있습니다.
저희가 셀로에 참여하고 있는 이유는 셀로는 해결하고자 하는 문제가 명확하고 그것이 저희가 공감할 수 있는 문제이기 때문인데요. 그것은 바로 모두가 참여하고 번영할 수 있는 금융 인프라를 만드는 것입니다.
페이스북의 리브라와 유사하여 리브라의 대항마라는 별명을 가지고 있습니다. 마찬가지로 모바일 무선, 지갑 주소가 전화번호로 매핑이 되어 송금이 간편하고 신용을 만들 수 있는 스테이블 코인이라는 점은 같지만 탈중앙화되어 있다는 것이 가장 큰 차이점입니다.
저희는 2015년부터 크립토 업계에서 다양한 활동을 토대로 셀로에 기여하고 있습니다. 마스터 밸리데이터로서 네트워크 안정에 기여하고 있으며 메타마스크와 유사한 셀로 브라우저 익스텐션 월렛을 개발하고 있습니다. 그리고 명함백서 번역도 저희가 했는데요. 앞으로도 셀로와 함께 성장하고 커뮤니티가 확장되기를 기대하고 있습니다.
저희 DSRV는 지난 1년간 셀로 에코시스템의 밸리데이터로 참여하면서 셀로는 커뮤니티의 의견을 존중하고 실제 의견을 받아들인다는 점을 느꼈습니다. 대표적인 사례로 메인넷 런칭 후 셀로의 토큰 이름이 커뮤니티의 의견을 받아 변경된 사례가 있습니다. 저희가 가지고 있는 역량을 통해 금융 서비스를 받지 못하는 전 세계 수많은 인구가 금융 시스템을 이용할 수 있게 된다면 정말 뜻깊은 일이 될 것 같습니다. 이러한 뜻을 함께하는 분들이 커뮤니티에 더 많이 참여할 수 있으면 좋겠습니다.
안녕.
Thank you, DSIV team. We invite you to join the Celo community and get involved. And lastly, if you want to test out Valora, please participate in the beta by visiting valoraapp.com or searching for Valora in the App Store. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Celo. 한국 블록체인 커뮤니티 끝까지 저와 함께 셀로를 같이 봐주신 시간 감사합니다. 안녕.